Hi everyone, my name is Elby and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about everything wrong with CAS. I have one large main point that I want to make, but I also wanted to sprinkle in a few small things just to kind of round it all off. But my big topic for today is that we need more skin tones in this game. I, as a white person, do not have a whole lot to say in regards to this issue. I think that we should listen to people of color and specifically Black creators who have been talking about this for literal years and haven't been heard. I really want to focus on them instead of, me being the next white person to be like, hey, skin tones. But I want to say that we need more skin tones. I am someone who tries to make several diverse sims. It's something that I really enjoy. It's something that I think adds to the Sims gameplay. I love to see a town that's populated by people that I actually see in my world. And sometimes this game makes it hard to do that. This game has some questionable skin tone choices. And as someone who has been playing since the beginning of Sims 4, I do remember when they originally gave us skin tones, like the new set. I do remember them saying, hey, we hear ya. Here's like 10 or 15 more skin tones, whatever the number was. Here's some more skin tones. And I remember it kind of having a mixed reaction of like people being like, oh, thank you, like we needed more skin tones because we only had like what, 2 or 3 lines of skin colors. And then I remember once everyone started to actually play the game and hop into CAS, we all recognized, oh, these aren't good. These are awful. Trash, really. And the problem has come back recently. And I remember it always being a problem. This is why whenever I did use CC, I used a lot of like skin CC mainly. And like I default CC because the lack of diversity in this game is appalling. Skin tones in this game, which we can just hop in and I'll show you, which again, you don't need a white person to show you these things. I feel like I don't want to hit on this too much for the pure fact that I don't think I will A, add a whole lot to the conversation, and B, I want to mainly say that we need this and not try to overshadow people who have been saying this for years. But I just want to say that the skin tones are sometimes just awful. Let's take off the makeup because the makeup looks awful on darker skin tones half the time. The makeup just doesn't look good in general most of the time, but you get my point. These skin tones can be ashy and muted. They're not vibrant like real people in the world. Like sometimes when I'm making someone, I have to really sit here and play with the skin and try and find one that doesn't look awful. The thing is, we could very well use another 2 lines of skin tones, another like 20, or if they could implement a system where we have a skin tone and then we can choose like the undertones, because that's another big thing of EA. You're a video game company, you can do this. You can easily make more skin tones. My solution, if I owned EA or if I owned The Sims, I would personally hire someone. Like if you are just strapped for team members who can't do this, I would find someone who can. Hire CC creators, hire someone in the market. This is, first off, it's overdue. New skin tones are overdue. Better skin tones are overdue. But if you're going to do it, do it now while everyone's still just asking, instead of being like, okay, EA didn't listen to us. Instead, EA decided to not put any more skin tones into the game, and we're not going to buy Sims 5. Because at the end of the day, to get companies to listen to us, we have to boycott them. And I'm at a point where I think it's reasonable to not play The Sims if The Sims isn't going to give us what we want, and to stop buying their mediocre overpriced packs. Anyway, I'm not going to hit on this too long. Now we can kind of hit on a few smaller minor points that I just want to talk about. I kind of wanted to add them in. My big focus is we need more skin tones, but I would also like to say a few other things that we need to make more diverse Sims. Hair for people of color, specifically black people, really sucks, really lacks. I mean, we have, 6 in the base game? We have this. We have the smaller versions of this. There's 5 right there, and then I think we have these 2 curly hairs. This one, and my literal least favorite because of the swatches, this one. These swatches are off because I have no idea why, but some of them you can click and boom, they've used a completely different color. I'm not sure why, but for some reason they decided, you know what? I don't like that color on there. Let's just choose a different one. And I couldn't tell you what happened to this hair. Honestly, in my most humble of opinions, it looks like if you were loading into the game and the hair still hasn't loaded in. It's questionable. We can also talk about a few more eye colors as well. Some of these eye colors are great, and some of them are weird. They are extremely bright, or they're non-existent, kind of. Like, you have this. That looks like a very natural eye color. I use this a lot. But then you have like this blue. No. This blue is so striking. And then even like the green that's really bright. Where is it? This one. I don't use these like extremely bright eyes for the pure fact that they don't look good on a lot of Sims. And that kind of plays back into like with the tones and the skin colors that we have, diversity. Let's just make a few more. We can move on to a few of my other things on my list. I wrote down over 10 things that I really think are important. And since we are going to continue this theme of diversity, I would like to talk about the clothing, like masculine clothing going onto feminine frames and feminine clothing going onto masculine frames. If we grab a shirt that is for masculine frames, we can already start to see that we're having issues. It is the Lara Croft triangle titties for me. Like, these titties are pointy, boxy, and have no curve to them. I have personally never seen a titty come to an actual flat line with a point to it, and then another point, like another sharp line. I know that it would take a long time for them to like have to go in and refit all of these clothing items, but I think it's worth it. It looks like this shirt gives you Lara Croft triangle titties with anime clothing titty physics. Like, those two things together are incredibly weird. This shirt gives her the pointy, boxy, sharp angled titty while also somehow vacuum suctioning the shirt to her chest and giving this like curve definition. This just screams to me that somebody was like, okay, fine, we will put, we'll make it to where any sim can wear any of the clothing. But, I don't really feel like going in and actually like remaking the shirts to actually fit and work with those sims. I'm just going to take the same texture, overlay, whatever, and just put it over here, kind of like tweak some things, and boom, we're good. It works. It doesn't. So we've hit on diversity. Ooh. We've hit on, specifically skin tone diversity, hair swatch diversity, eye color diversity, and clothing actually fitting other frames. Those are my big hits for today. I have a couple of things that are written down, but I don't feel like talking about aspirations and traits and piercings and family tree and CAS and different things like that. I don't feel like those should be added in with this. I just wanted to really hit on diversity specifically, but I want to say thank you again. I'm going to try and link things down below, and I hope I didn't sound too uninformed on the topic. Again, I'm trying to voice my concerns while also not trying to overshadow people who actually who have actually been talking about this for years, people who actually are trying to get themselves represented in the game. I want to try and be as respectful as possible and just be another voice in the matter, and not try to overshadow anyone. I want to uplift other people who are having these concerns, and make it known that I am also having this concern, and I want to uplift the Sims community. I love being part of this community. I've met so many people, so many fun and nice people that are so intelligent and smart and wonderful people who love this game, who just want it to be a little bit better, and I really want to uplift them. And so at the end of the day, I hope that we can continue to hold EA accountable for this lack in diversity, instead of tear down people in our community. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope that you guys have a good day. I hope that me complaining didn't ruin anything, but I hope you have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and bye.